Reyes is undefeated, 16-0 with 10 knockouts. He joins us now. Reyes is fighting out of Las Vegas, born and raised in Michigan. Reyes, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? I'm doing all right.
All right. Thanks for being here. This is arguably your toughest opponent to date, and probably, I'd say, the biggest spotlight of your career thus far. Has that affected you mentally?
It just makes me focus more, for the opportunity and everything. So I approach every fight the same, but just mentally, yeah, it's just focusing.
Great. We already have a couple of questions in queue, so press reminder, use that raise hands function, and I will unmute you to ask your question. One more from me, Reyes. You made your TV debut on ShowBox. You had a nice victory over Adam Lopez. Is it a relief getting that out of the way? Did you feel that was a big upset for you? And is that what you're looking to do on Saturday night?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it was a big upset. I feel like I made a big statement, and I definitely want to make another big statement this Saturday. As far as that being my TV debut, there was no emotions behind it. I was completely confident and fine. I was just ready to go in there and do what I do.
Great. All right, we're going to take a couple of questions from the press. We're going to start with Reginald Woodson. Reginald, go ahead.
Hey, what's good, Reyes?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, with this, just what's your thoughts in general? Super bantamweight is kind of exploding as a division to watch. It looks like it's some big, provided you get this win, it looks like there's some big fights out there, bring bigger purses, more notoriety to your name. So what's just your outlook on the division?
Oh, it's the division. It's a very stacked division. It's tough. A lot of the champions have been champs for years, so the big money fights, they're there. They're just waiting to be made. And right now is the perfect time to make those fights, because we have to give the fans what they want. So I want the big fights right now. So yeah, they're definitely out there for sure.
Okay. Last question. This is being billed as a title eliminator. What's this kind of do for your expectations in bringing that to fruition? Shots at these title lists, and is it a bonus to you for your opponent to be ranked in 3 of the 4 sanctioning bodies? That even if you don't get that shot immediately, this should place you up in the other sanctioning bodies. In theory.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity to be able to fight this Saturday. So yeah, it's definitely going to catapult me to that top spot. It's going to raise me in the rankings and everything. And even if like you said, even if my next fight isn't for a world title, I'm going to be next. So yeah, it's a huge opportunity. I'm just looking forward to it. I mean, yeah.
Is it a bonus getting to study Fulton and Leo on the same, being on the same card? Is that something you get a ringside view of?
Yeah, it's definitely something. Leo, he's a great fighter. Fulton, he's a great fighter. So to be able to watch him in person is it's great, because I want to fight both of them. Either or, doesn't matter. Whoever wins, that's who I want. So yeah, to be able to watch it in person would be pretty nice.
Best of luck to you, man.
All right, thank you.
Well, we're all excited to watch all that unfold as well, Reyes. There's a lot of movement in the division. As Reginald said, a lot of great fighters in the division. So a lot of action to come, hopefully, for the rest of this year and more. Yeah. Next question, Keith Idek, boxing scene. Keith.
Hey, Reyes. Tramaine Williams is obviously known as a very slick boxer and, an intelligent fighter. I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on him and what type of challenges he presents for you.
Well, yeah, he's a very smart fighter. He has really fast hands, really fast feet. I think my biggest advantage going into this is the fact that he's never fought a fighter like me. But yeah. So I just got to be cautious. I don't believe he's a big puncher, but I have to be cautious at his skill and his boxing IQ.
Race, how do you feel that you're better than anyone he's fought? In which ways do you feel you're better than the guys he's faced so far?
Well, I don't feel like he's faced a real dog, somebody who's showing up to win, somebody who probably has faster hands than him, who probably has faster feet than him, and is on a higher level than him, in my opinion.
Do you feel that you want to get him out of there, though? I mean, just so you don't leave it to chance on the scorecards?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm telling myself I have 10 rounds to knock him out. I'm just going to let it come. I'm not going to go out there and just purposely try to knock him out, but it will come. I don't believe we go the distance. I'm prepared to, but, the ultimate goal is to get him out of there.
And Race, my last question for you is, obviously it's not a coincidence that you're on the same card with Stephen Fulton and Angelo Leo. I know you alluded to it a little bit earlier, but how much would you want that to be your next fight? Because obviously you would move up in the WBO rankings if you win.
Oh, well, I definitely want that to be my next fight. That's why I'm here. That's why I have to show up and show out. Ultimately, winning for me isn't just good enough. I have to go in there and dominate. And to be able to dominate a guy like Williams will really solidify what I'm about.
Thanks a lot, Reese.
Okay, thanks, Keith. We have one more question coming from Al Jones. Al, you should be able to unmute and ask your question.
Raise, how you doing, man? Al Jones in the ring. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm doing good.
Good. Last time I had you on In the Ring with Al Jones, great interview. It was you were preparing for that Valentine's Day massacre on Showtime. Now, what can we expect out of you this weekend coming up August 1st?
Well, you can expect a lot of action. I don't think my opponent's gonna want a lot of action, but I'm gonna be going to him. You're gonna see a lot of skill. You're gonna see me in there being cautious, but you're gonna see me really trying to put it on him and outsmarting him and putting him down.
Okay, and not being able to have a crowd, would that have any effect on you, as far as with the COVID situation now?
I don't believe so. The fans, that's just kind of background noise. I'm here to do a job, so it's just business as usual. I'm just gonna be one step closer to ultimately achieving my goals. That's all.
All right, thank you very much. Look forward to having good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Oh, lastly, too, did you have that opportunity? I told you you carry the name The Beast. Did you have a chance to do some research on the Beast Mugabe?
You know what? I remember we talked about that, and to be honest, I have not. I haven't. But after I get this win Saturday night, I'm gonna do my research.
Blessings.
Well, I can thank you, Al. I can give you a bit about John Mugabe. He and Marvin Hagler were the very first Showtime Championship Boxing telecast in our history, 1986. Okay. Yes, John Mugabe and Mark. Yes.
I'm a huge Hagler.
That was our beginning at Showtime. That's long before my time and your time, but we thank you for joining us. We have no more questions from the press. We'll let you go and continue to prep for Friday's weigh-in. Tramaine, we are on with some select members of the press.
How you doing?
Joining us today to talk about your co-feature bout on Saturday. How you doing?
Fine, and yourself?
Doing fine, thanks. I'm Chris de Blasio. I handle the communications for Showtime. You're ready for your 10-round super bantamweight bout. To the press in attendance, who they already know this, but you are undefeated at 19-0 with 6 knockouts. You are ranked number 6 by the WBO.
Drop one.
This may be your toughest fight to date, I think. You're fighting in your home state here. You're from New Haven, Connecticut.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about how it feels to be fighting, obviously, in an unusual situation, something you haven't done in 19 pro fights so far, is fight with no crowd in attendance, but also add to that, you're fighting at home, so it must be unusual.
Yeah, a little unusual. I take every fight as if it was another day in the gym or another sparring session. So this will be nothing different. As boxers, as fighters, as humans, we just gotta adapt. No excuses. Whatever comes our way, we got to figure it out. And that's what I'm going to do come Saturday. Figure it out, adapt to no crowd. And you guys may hear me talk a little bit in the ring. So I'm ready.
That is something I'm looking forward to, being able to hear and the audience being able to hear the corner interaction as well. So that'll be interesting. So these are high stakes. Tell us about your preparations. Have they changed at all? Knowing what's at stake, and as you've moved up in the rankings, has training camp changed for you during the pandemic? I'm sure it has. Tell us a little bit about preparations.
Yeah, preparation changed a little bit because the social distancing, and you want to be careful who you interact with. So if you're sparring a select few guys, you want to make sure those few guys are practicing social distancing as well. So the wide array of sparring different people, it was kind of hard to get a lot of people to spar with, because you kind of want to be careful. But before the pandemic, when Connecticut spiked, I was in Houston training, and the count was low. And then I had a child, so I flew back to Connecticut, and then Houston spiked up, and then Connecticut slowed down. So I've actually been running away from the corona, kind
of. Running away.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the birth of your baby, a girl or boy?
Boy.
How long ago?
3 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're going to open up to questions from the press. We have several men and women on the line. Our first question is going to come from Keith Eidick, and let me remind the press, if you want to ask a question for Tramaine, use the raise hands function on the Zoom. Keith, you are live. Go ahead.
Hey, Tramaine, what do you think of Race Aleem, and what type of challenges will he present for you? How do you see him in terms of other guys that you fought?
I take it the same way. I prepare the same way I prepare for every fighter. Stay focused for 10, 12 rounds, whatever the fight may be, and focus 3 minutes at a time. He's a little awkward. You never want to underestimate anyone. So I'm coming, and I'm treating him like he was a world champion.
Well, obviously, Vicente is a dirty fighter and a different kind of guy to fight. How did Aleem differ from him?
Huh?
A completely different fighter, obviously. Can you expand on how he's different from your last opponent?
He's different because he's a cleaner fighter. You could tell he's a respectful man, and he comes from a good lineage. He comes from Detroit, so a lot different from Vicente. Vicente was coming in there swinging for the fences, trying to catch a lucky shot, and then I had him frustrated, so maybe he was looking for an out, or maybe to try to distract me or deter me from winning. But it was nobody like Vicente. That was crazy.
You win this fight. Obviously, you're in a great position, and it's no coincidence that you're fighting on the same card as Stephen Fulton and Angelo Leo. You win this fight. Do you feel like the winner of that fight could be next for you in a title shot?
Yeah, or Figueroa, or the guy that had the IBF and the WBA Super. I've been ready for all these guys. It's just my inactability. It just deterred me from being at the position that Fulton and Leo's at right now. I should have been here. Should have been in fight for world titles.
The last question for you, Tramaine. Obviously, you haven't fought in just about exactly a year. How have you been able to shake off the rust in camp, and is that of any concern of you at all going into this fight to you?
I feel like rust is just something of the mind. Like, there's no such thing as rust. I've been doing this 18 years, so maybe that was just a break that I needed.
Great. Thanks a lot, Tramaine.
You're welcome.
Okay, thanks, Keith. We're going to go now to Reggie Woodson. Reggie, hope I can call you Reggie.
That's fine, Chris.
Okay, just making sure. Not Reginald, but go ahead. You're on with Tramaine.
Hey, how you doing, Tramaine?
What's up, Reg? How you doing?
Great. Thanks for the time today. Any thoughts on, your experience? I mean, you have 19 wins. He's at 16-0, but you're 19. You got quite a few guys on there with over 30 wins or around 30 wins. So, any thoughts on your experience advantage? And then you also have a significant reach advantage, even though shorter fighter. How do these things come into play?
It's things that I learned when I was like 21, 22 that I don't think he has learned yet because he lacks experience. So, and I think he only fought one 8-round fight, and that's a different way that you got to fight 10 rounds and 12 rounds than an 8-round fight. So I'm pretty sure that I'll take him in deep waters. And deep waters don't mean 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th rounds. Deep waters mean 3rd round, and he still got 7 to go.
Okay. Congratulations on the the child and everything. Any reaction to, you get to this big moment of title eliminator, you're at home, in your home state, but because of the current situation, you don't get the home court advantage. Spend any time thinking on that at all, or is it just part of the game?
I just, it's part of the game, and I charge it to it. It's what we do in boxing. We got to adapt. The best fighters, the greatest fighters, they adapt to whether it's the fight, the moment, the time, the atmosphere, the arena, the crowd. So I just got to take it as it is.
What did it mean to you, coming back? This is Showtime's return to boxing. What did it mean to you to get that call to be a part of it?
I felt good. I felt like I was meant to be here. The first show, I'm on it, and people have been missing boxing. And the boxing world knows exactly who I am. So everybody gonna be tuned in. They gonna watch. They can't wait for me to perform on Showtime.
All right, man. Have a great time out there Saturday.
You too.
Thank you, Reggie. Thanks, Tramaine. The overwhelming reaction when we announced this schedule, in particular to this fight card, was the competitiveness of all the bouts on the card. So we are looking forward to Saturday. Want to thank you for joining us. We don't have any other questions in queue, so we're going to let you go a little bit early. But we appreciate the time and wish you luck getting ready for the big night Saturday.
Appreciate that.